Okay, this is a PSD that I created. It's actually one, believe it or not, just one layer. It's a white layer. You just file, open, made a layer, and within the layer you unlock the layer. You double click on the little lock. Now we're in the layer. If I double click here, double click here, then it brings up all the characteristics for this layer. This stroke is actually the outer frame. It's just a stroke, and a stroke was 175 pixels, and you don't have to know that or anything. But the color, it's black. It could just as easily have been white or some other color. See, that's not bad looking. That's kind of a gray. But so it can be anything. The bevel, obviously, that's what causes these things here. But the good thing about this is that this is scalable. Once you get it, that it's totally scalable. So let me go ahead and show you how it works. So this is the layer style. So let's go ahead and close that, and let's say I'm going to pull up put a picture in here. So I'll say open. Pull up one in here. So we'll put up that one, and we'll say open image, and I'm going to go up here to the move tool. Wow, that's a panoramic. Not a good choice. So let me go ahead and file. Let me close that one. I picked a panoramic. So let me go file, open, and pick a different one. It's not a panoramic. Okay, something like this. And we'll say open. So I'm going to choose the move tool here. So I'm on this picture, choose the move tool, click, drag over the top of the template, pull back, let go, and there we are. Now I'm going to hit Control-0 so it'll get me all the way out. I'm going to grab this, hold the shift down, and pull it back inside the box. So you see the purple lines in the vertical line, it will center it for me. So go Control-0 again to get me back. Okay, so I'm going to check that, say OK, and so now here we are with a picture inside the box. What I want to do now is make this look a little more realistic. I want to give something that makes it look 3D. So I'm on the picture, right? I'm going to do Control-0 again. Although it doesn't really matter. Let me get back on this. And what I want to do is to click the layer that the picture is. I'm sorry, I did it wrong. But anyway, just click the layer that the picture is, double click it, because it's got properties too. So on this layer, I want to put a stroke. So I'm going to put a stroke there, but I'm going to make it very small. Oops, that's the opacity. Where's my size? Like I said, it's confusing because you got to click on that word to get the characteristics up. So I'm going to pull that back to where it's something like that. Now the color, I can for example go in here if I wanted to get a color, or get a color that's pretty much the same way, that looks the same way as a matte, which is what I'll do. I'll hold the Alt down, hold the Alt down and click the color of that matte, say OK. It's not quite dark enough, so what I want to do is click it again and get a darker color, maybe something over here. Say OK. Size, let me make it a little bit bigger, a little easier to see, maybe something like that. Now I want to add an inner shadow. Let's call it an inner glow. Again, I'm going to click on the word. This is way too big, so I'm going to pull the size down till I get something that's something like that, and then mess with this one. For example, the opacity looks like it's a little too hot, so pull that down so it's a little more, a little less, something like that. So again, this is using only the characteristics of the layer itself. So I'm going to send you this file, and but the good thing about it is you've got the PSD, this mat adjustable template.psd. If you got an 8x10, then you want to do, make it 11x14, so you can make your 8x10 inside here. Did I not say okay? I'm looking. I don't see what I just did. Let me see here again. So did I lose it? What happened? Okay. So anyway, let me go. So I'm on the. I'm going to put a stroke. I wonder why I lost that. Oh, I didn't say okay. I probably said cancel. So pull it. I never can remember that. Pull the size down. Something like that. Then I want to make an inner glow. Click that. Click the word itself. Pull the size down. It's too big. Pull the size down. Something like that. Opacity. Just lower the opacity. And this choke thing kind of acts like a feathering device. Feather, as far as I can tell. So that looks a little bit better. Here's another thing too. I'm going to say okay to that. Here's another thing. See the matte color? Now this is the color of the original, file that we made. Which, by the way, I just see something too. I'm going to double click this. See how I did something that ruined the opacity for that whole. Yeah, there it is. So okay. See, I messed with that and I got the opacity for this whole picture out of whack. So anyway, go to this layer, which was the white layer we made at first. But let's say I want to make a different matte color. Then I go to the, let me go here to the, where's the color overlay. Go to that. Here it is here. If I click it and I use, let's say I wanted to make it look, to pull it in a little bit better to this scene, I might want to pick this one. I'll hold Alt key down and pick that one. Now my matte color's changed. Or maybe I'll pick something a little more red. Hold the Alt key down, click that. So we'll say okay to that. And so that looks awful, but see where I'm going with that. Maybe we'll make a green. I don't know, but you get the idea. Okay, so with one layer, then you got all these things. You can even the pattern. If I let me say okay to that. Now even the pattern. If I double click the pattern, then it gives me a pattern. I can go into the pattern and choose a different pattern, or I can choose the scale. I can go down or up with the scale, make it finer or less fine, and so forth. So or no layer. I mean, you can just delete that. Blend mode is luminosity. You want that because that if you do something else, it's liable to screw it up. But luminosity will not change the color. It will only change the fact that it's a pattern. Anyway, say okay to that or just cancel that. So that's it. I will send you this and you can play with it. So scale it up or down depending on what size image you want to put in the middle of it. Like I said, 8x10, you want to go to a larger 11x14. If you want to do 11x14, go to 12x16 or some size that's larger. And print it out, and then you can cut along this edge, and you're good to go. Okay? Bye.